Here are a few of the greatest mixtapes of this past decade. If you listen to hip hop, I'm sure that you're quite familiar with at least one of these. So what is a mixtape? And what is the difference between this and this? Mixtapes shape almost all of our artists. It's a project that has zero boundaries. It's why you hear wild samples and songs beyond our imagination. Think of it as a portfolio or a resume from an artist to us. It's what they're capable of with complete creative freedom, whether they're in a studio or in front of their laptop. A mixtape is typically used to build up buzz for an upcoming album, or in general to create awareness for an artist. The difference between a mixtape and an album is that they complement an artist's career with a changed approach. Firstly, they tend to be free, making a way to attract new fans, a reason to tour, and a way to show off collaborations with bigger artists. They simply invest in one's career for the better. Mixtapes move a rapper's career forward, and they can do that without selling a single copy. I wanted to look at 3 totally different cases of mixtapes: Acid Rap, Faces, and if you're reading this, it's too late. They're all mixtapes, but all were released for different points and different reasons within their respectable careers. Starting with Acid Rap, Chance knew that he was at a respectable time to release an album. 10 Day came out with a great commercial success, and on a typical artistry path, it was time to make some money from that exposure with a debut album. But Chance took a different route, further hyping up his career. By making Acid Rap free, the world was exposed to Chance. His shows, merchandise, and features that were found due to the popularity of his mixtape boosted his career much greater than what an album release would have done. Especially being in 2013, streaming was not dominant whatsoever, meaning that downloading an album through DatPiff was much more viable than through iTunes or torrenting. Acid Rap was relatable to just about anyone in high school in some sort of aspect, skipping school, getting caught smoking, and the list goes on. A once suspended high school student shut down Chicago simply with mixtapes, being banned from 2 different high school parking lots from mobs, and shutting down mixtape hosting site AudioMax simultaneously. He really proved how powerful a mixtape can be over a debut album, and shaped the importance of mixtapes within our recent era. On May 11th, 2014, Faces was released. It was the 12th mixtape released by Mac Miller. Faces really pushed Mac's creative boundaries, and showed what an artist is really able to do on an independent label. The mixtape was released between the time of leaving Rostrum Records and joining Warner Brothers, under his own label Remember. The difference between this and Acid Rap is that Mac was quite deep into his career. Macadelic, Delusional Thomas, and Faces were all made quite deeply into his career. It proved that he truly loved what he was doing, and was not compelled to monetary compensation for his artwork. One of the few notable factors of this mixtape are the wonderfully drawn movie samples, like Bill Murray in Meatballs and Charles Bukowski, an infamous poet, where he was sampled in the beginning of Wedding.
Okay, you work a goddamn lousy job, you know? You come home at night, you're tired. What are you gonna do? Go to a movie? Turn on your radio? Hell no, you're gonna get a bottle of whiskey and drink it. And go down to a bar and maybe get in a fist fight. And meet some bitch. Something's going on.
Samples like that just wouldn't create the same song without their assistance. Friends explain the workspace and studio Faces as a sanctuary, with an open door policy, a red lit room that was filled with a single chair but many beanie bags, where friends like Tyler the Creator, Schoolboy Q, Vince Staples, and many others would come through. It was described by Josh Berg, his audio engineer, as one of the most amazing places anybody's ever been. A month after Faces released, his lease came to an end, which left his creative haven in the past, as he moved forward with signing with Warner Brothers. Faces was indefinitely the least filtered 24-track long project from Mac Miller. It showed vulnerability in the darkest times inside his sanctuary, his studio. And if that doesn't seem important to you when speaking about a mixtape, I really don't know what is. If you're reading this, It's Too Late is once again quite different compared to the others. It's a commercial mixtape, one of the most successful ones to date, breaking Spotify's current record for first week streams and selling over 2 million units, which is quite substantial for a mixtape. This is impressive due to the zero promotion behind this album. It was suddenly released on February 13th, 2015. While you may look at Drake negatively for not releasing this for free yet calling it a mixtape, this was truly not up to him. Owner of DatPiff, a mixtape hosting website, claimed that Drake was interested in hosting it on his site for free until his record label Cash Money Records intervened. If Wayne's contract is similar to Drake's, this would have been his 4th album and final album with Cash Money Records, meaning that it would be a scapegoat to his label. Hence the title, if you're reading this, it's too late, and the sudden drop date with zero promotion. Although Drake's relationship with his label is quite unspoken about, he continues to be with them until this day. But with Wayne leaving in 2018 to release the Carter 5, it's unlikely that he'll be with them for much longer. Drake proved that even massive artists need to pop out mixtapes. It lacked radio singles and pop-filled tracks that are typical in Drake's past few albums. It proved that he was still capable of the raw mixtape sound that he once produced in the past. Know Yourself, No Tellin', Star 67, just to name a few. This mixtape really defined his career, and I'd say that it was much better than some of his albums, making it most definitely a defining mixtape in this past decade, proving the influence of just one single mixtape. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and keep in mind these are just a couple of the mixtapes that I enjoy. Please drop a like down below and hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and until next time guys.